Hey there. Welcome to day 12. It's at least day 12 of this program, but I think it's day 21 or 22 of at least California in captivity. We sort of lost track a little bit. Um, I was thinking, in the beginning, like the first week, it seemed like uh, it's kind of an inconvenience, right? You weren't inclined to go do this or go do that. You couldn't just run out to the market or run. It's just a strange kind of inconvenience, and we're all sort of sitting back. And now, as time moves on, and we're settling into it a little more, and noticing just a lot of things. I'm here with my 24-year-old daughter, and we are making our way through our days together. She's working, I'm working, and there's downtime and there's quiet and there's early to bed, and just trying to find a way to surrender to what's happening. But it's all still so new to us, so we're still kind of getting our groove with the thing. And it's like I said in the beginning of this program, in 20 years, when someone turns to us and says, what was that like? Well, you were there? What happened? What was that? We'll have a sense of things because we'll have been there, and maybe we'll have written something down, which is what I'm hoping we're going to do with these things. And maybe what's nice about 27 days is that you have 27 days to just fall into the rhythm, fall into the groove of the thing. It's a practice, and like I said earlier, I'm very comfortable writing not to my liking. I'm very comfortable writing poorly, not liking it so much, because I know that tomorrow I'll write again and maybe I'll like it better. Or maybe, I write for 15 minutes and I don't quite get there, but then I do another writing and I get a little closer to what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like running, if you're going to do 4 miles, that first mile can be sort of a trudge, like, ow. And then you kind of get the rhythm and then you get into the flow of it. And that's what we're doing. We're just practicing in the flow. I chose 15 minutes for these writings. It could be longer. If you feel like doing 20, do 20. Okay. We're just showing up to practice. I wanted to use this great poem. It's called What This Poem Will Do by Anne Haynes. And what I like about it is that, again, it's got repetition to it. And I think that repetition is great for getting us out of our minds, which is where I really want to get everyone out of for the wild writing. I don't want this to be smarty pants writing. I want this to be instinctive and coming like straight from the gut. That's why we write really, really quickly, so that we don't spend time crafting and making it better. You can do that later if you want with any of these pieces. If you like something, you're like, that was nice. There was something there. Later, you can clean it and craft it. This is just really just getting instinctual. And again, when are you writing? Are you writing early in the morning? Are you writing late at night? Find the time when you're the most stupid. Find the time when you're the most sort of spacey and sort of alert and spacey at the same time. You're still with the dream, you're still in that world where you forget that, oh, that doesn't make sense, or that's not the right word. You use the word that's coming through you, okay? So let me read this poem to you twice. It's called What This Poem Will Do. And just kick back and just listen and let yourself sort of get triggered into whatever comes up for you. That's the gift from the creative unconscious. That's where you want to go. Here you go. This poem cannot bring you back. This poem cannot make the clouds move more quickly or slowly in the sky, cannot change the weather. This poem cannot return you to a happy childhood, erase a painful one. This poem will not clear your skin, condition your hair, wash your dishes, mend your jeans. It won't find you a lover, not even if you recite it 3 times backwards. It won't even find me a lover, and I wrote the thing. This poem won't stop time, email your advisor for that extension, pay the plumber or the piper. This poem does not pay its taxes. It's not a good citizen. It fails to vote or show up for jury duty. This poem will overturn your Scrabble game, take a bite from every food, and leave the rest. This poem is not housebroken. At night, all night, you hear it whining, missing its mother, chewing your best shoes and begging to be let out. I just love that. It's got this great rebellion to it. This poem is not this. This poem is not that. This poem won't do this. This poem can't do this. This poem can do this. You can go wherever you want with it. I'm going to read it to you one more time, but it's loose, and I think loose is beautiful. It's where we want to be. We want to be that fluid with the writing that it doesn't quite make sense. And from things that don't make sense comes great beauty. Here we go. What this poem will do. This poem cannot bring you back. This poem cannot make the clouds move more quickly or slowly in the sky, cannot change the weather. This poem cannot return you to a happy childhood, erase a painful one. This poem will not clear your skin, condition your hair, wash your dishes, mend your jeans. It won't find you a lover, not even if you recite it 3 times backwards. It won't even find me a lover, and I wrote the thing. This poem won't stop time. Email your advisor for that extension. Pay the plumber or the piper. This poem does not pay its taxes. It is not a good citizen. It fails to vote or show up for jury duty. This poem will overturn your Scrabble game. Take a bite from every food and leave the rest. This poem is not housebroken. All night you hear it whining, missing its mother, chewing your best shoes, and begging to be let out. So that's the great poem. And the prompt is, this poem cannot, or what this poem will do. I think it's, this poem cannot do this poem cannot do that, or this poem can do this poem can do that. You could really go wherever you want with it. And if that doesn't move you today, if you don't want to do that, I welcome your rebellion. Here's a great line for you. If you really knew me, you'd know that. If you really knew me, and you just keep coming back to these lines, right? Because every time you get tired or bored, or your mind starts drifting, just come back to that line. If you really knew me, or this poem cannot this, poem cannot that. Okay, you got it. Timer, 15 minutes. Go. See you tomorrow.